Hey guys, it's Jonathan. Wrestling Talking to Shopping. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna go. We're live Grand Slam, and it wasn't quite the show that we've had in past years. I mean AEW, there was a man coming in, or that's just my guess. I don't know anything. I'm just saying that, but maybe he'll light a fire into there, and we'll see how things go. But yeah, I mean Nigel McGuinness versus Brian Danielson opened up the match, and
sorry about the camera, guys.
Yeah, sorry.
I couldn't get it on the thing.
She's working on get it on there?
Yep.
All right. My co-host Lindsay's going to come around here, and we'll get started with our review. But pull it up so
what's up, everybody?
Yeah, hey, how you going to pull it up on that? But yeah, it opened up. I figured they were, they say if you don't main event it, you want to open it, but I'm not going to sit here and say I'm familiar with, I've seen all their great Ring of Honor matches, because I didn't. I mean, I first become familiar with Nigel McGuinness when he was Desmond Wolfe in TNA. I mean, that was my first, when I first seen Nigel McGuinness. But he's, I went back and watched some. I just didn't have a chance to catch early Ring of Honor shows. They weren't on our cable, and internet was real spotty then. We didn't have a lot of good internet, especially not the streaming like we do now. But Nigel, it was a good match. It was a very good match. Nigel McGuinness looked good. He hadn't been in the ring in a long time.
They said 13 years.
13 years, yeah. So he looked good. It started. He come out. I would like to see some promos build up to it. It was no promos. We just we didn't even know. Like I said. A lot of people said we didn't even know if the match was going to really happen. They just told us, But yeah, first match, yeah, you just got in Mark.
Just kind of sprung it on everybody.
Yeah. But Nigel was out first, and then Brian Danielson's music hits, and he didn't come out, and they kind of, and then
he finally does come out.
Yeah.
Also wearing a super cool dragon jacket, which I really like.
Yeah. And Jim Ross is on commentary. He did well. Jim Ross had a good night. I think Jim Ross had a good night, don't you?
He did. He didn't hear any slip-ups.
Yeah.
Anybody talk about. I like Jim Ross.
Yeah, oh yeah. How do you not like Jim Ross? He gets a lot of hard time, but he's just old. He's just an older guy. We all,
I like that they use him for the big matches.
Yeah.
So
it makes him feel bigger. Yeah, it makes him feel bigger. Important. But then, of course, Brian Danielson got the win. And I thought after the match we might get like an embrace, a handshake. No, none of that. It's just
a lot of in that match. It was a lot of submission kind of stuff. I guess that's kind of
Yeah, that's what they're pure wrestling. They're pure. They're pure wrestlers. It wasn't a match for the AEW sickos by any means. It wasn't any blood, any weapons. It was a pure wrestling match. But yeah.
Hi, Karen O'Neill.
Hello. But yeah, that was and then Hook versus Roderick Strong. Did we miss anything that happened after the match? Christian? Yeah, we almost forgot that. Christian Cage come out. You were yeah.
Sorry,
Christian,
I was fixing the kids' dinner.
Christian Cage come out like he was gonna cash in, and then what's the guy that's been feuding with Christian on about his father deal? I can't remember his name.
I really.
But he grabbed the pin out of Christian's hand, and then Christian went off to chase him. And then backstage you see Pac and Claudio, and I don't know why they would stop. I guess because they don't want John Moxley to take the title off Brian Danielson, which I believe will happen. We'll get to that later, but John Moxley is now the #1 contender in the main event for Wrestle Dream is Brian Danielson versus John Moxley. And I believe that John Moxley will be a 3-time AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
I think so. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. Who is your favorite WWE or AEW champion?
My favorite AEW. I'm gonna have to go with. It's a toss-up. I guess I'll go with Brian Danielson. I would say Cody Rhodes, but I like Brian Danielson. I'm looking forward to. This is his. Farewell tours,
They don't,
So, I was really a big Swerve Strickland guy.
I like Swerve.
Yeah, I like Swerve. I like Cody. I like LA Knight. Yeah, and then Jey Uso, he's a newly crowned Intercontinental Champion.
Yep.
So, but my favorite current champion in professional wrestling will probably be Brian Danielson. But anyways, we go on to Hook versus Roderick Strong for the FTW Championship. Very good very good match. Best thing I can take away from this match is they finally retired the FTW champion. I mean, and he gave it back to his father, which I called. I told Lindsay that was fixing to happen.
He's like, he's gonna give it
and
back
she's
to
like,
his
well, be
dad.
quiet, be quiet, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as fun to watch it if somebody's sitting there telling you what's gonna happen right before it happens. And I'm like, shut up, so we can watch it.
But I mean, that's Hook because I mean that's great. I'm glad Hook is the final FTW champion. Put that thing in the closet, hang it up along with these. Put it on your mantle, whatever it is you want to do. But let's get Hook into let's get him challenging Will Ospreay or Jack Perry. I mean, let's get a an active championship.
Karen's favorite is John Cena and Bryan Danielson also.
Yeah.
Good choices there. Yeah. Top picks there. I'll go with that.
Yeah. Very solid picks. But anyway, so I mean, I'm glad to see that they retired the FTW champion, and let's get that TNT title on Hook. I mean, before he runs off and signs with WWE.
Yeah.
Because that's Tony Khan needs to do a better job of utilizing this talent, or they're all going to be in WWE.
The young talent.
Yeah, the young talent. And Hook's good too. Hook's going to be a world champion one day.
He's good. He's got a lot of pulls to him too, because he's young.
He's
so
good looking. He's very good. Yeah.
Handsome guy.
Yeah.
He attracts the women and young people.
And he's got that badass feel. You know, he's got that stone cold. Well, he's got that that stone cold feel. You know, he's a rebel. You know.
Yeah.
And.
So I like Hook. And then he's going to do a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter where he goes, but hopefully he'll stay here for a while.
But then we get the AEW World Tag Team Championship match: Kyle Fletcher and Will Ospreay versus the Young Bucks, and Don Callis is on commentary. And very good match. I mean, it's probably the match. Probably in my opinion, it was the match of the night. I mean, it was. Because Will Ospreay, he's just a rock star. I mean, and Kyle Fletcher is good too. And it's just the overall, very good match.
But Don Callis is doing what doing.
Yeah, you knew they weren't going to win. And Will Ospreay also already told him, hey, I don't want to be a part of your family. He kindly, asked, but then they pressured him back into it. And then Don Callis gives Kyle Fletcher the screwdriver. I mean, he doesn't give him a pair of brass knucks or anything. He gives him a screwdriver. He wants him to murder. But
nothing subtle here.
Yeah, I mean, the screwdriver. But then Will Ospreay takes the screwdriver.
Yeah,
and says,
he's the humble one.
Yeah.
But it cost him the match for sure.
I mean, because in the Young Bucks, they're going to hit both of them with the title belts for the roll-up win there.
Yep. So, and you can see on his face that he's very forlorn. Ospreay is looking at Kyle. Kyle's mad, so
he's just disappointed. He's disappointed. I'm looking forward to next week, the 5-year anniversary. That Ricochet versus Will Ospreay. So that's what I'm looking forward to. That's going to be a show.
Good. That'd be good.
And then we get backstage with the conglomeration. They invite Rocky Romero into it.
Oh, I think put Ricky.
Yeah,
Rocky.
They put invite Rocky Romero into it. This is all boring stuff. This is, Ring of Honor stuff. I mean, I like Orange Cassidy, and I like
pushing the merch drop.
It's just.
It's a time to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, it's time to go to the bathroom. I mean, it's really. If they're gonna have a match on Collision with the Chris Jericho and the the Learning Tree, and what does he call his group?
I think he just calls them the Learning Tree.
No, well,
he's the Bad Apple and Redwood.
Yeah, the trees. It's gonna be the conglomeration versus the trees Saturday on Collision. I guess they're not doing Collision Rampage. Before they used to do. I thought, well, are they filming? Because those people, they're filming Collision now, I assume. But I mean, if they were doing Rampage and Collision, I mean that's a 5-hour TV taping. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, they're gonna be tired.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna be really tired. But I mean, even with they're gonna be there for 4 hours anyway. Yeah, it's a lot of show to watch when you're there. It's kind of tiring. But and then Prince Nana's out to give us a update on. Swerve, yeah, and with Tony Schiavone.
I kind of thought Swerve was gonna come out, but
well, he's he's selling it, and he said and he said he's physically, he's mentally there, but he's not medically cleared, and then all of a sudden out of nowhere, here comes the MVP, and I honestly figured Bobby Lashley was gonna make his debut, and they were gonna beat down Nana, that'd be a good way to get heat, but
yeah, that would work,
and he didn't. He just basically said, you're not doing a very good job, and gave him a business card. And
said, call me.
And what's going to end up happening, I think, is Swerve is going to, he's going to stick with Nana, and then you're going to see them introduce Bobby Lashley, maybe even Shelton Benjamin, and that's going to be the feud,
That would be good. Someone good for Swerve to battle with.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that would be really good.
Yep. I mean, that's going to be very good.
So, that's exciting. But, and then you had Mariah May match with Yuka. I don't know if I could say her name. Yuka is what they mostly call her.
Yeah.
Yuka Zaki.
Just call her Yuka.
Yeah, let's call her Yuka.
We're not really familiar with all the Stardom Japanese.
Yeah. I'm not really familiar with her, not that much. Yeah. But, I don't know about Mariah May. I mean, I like Mariah May kind of, but she just, I don't know. Just kind of feels like lackluster, most of her matches. I don't know.
Well, they went off
I guess it takes some time to build.
They went off that big story. You went off this big story with Toni Storm, so therefore it's going to take a little while. I mean, they've got to build somebody up, which I assume they're going to do with Willow Nightingale.
So, so at the end, she ends up winning against Yuka, and then she acts like she's fixing to hit her with the belt, and then, of course, Willow comes running out, and then Willow ends up getting hit with the belt as Mina's music pops.
Yeah, I like Mina's music. I like her music.
So Mina kind of caused that, but anyway, so then Mariah May runs to Mina, and she's all like, I didn't quite mean for that to happen, so,
Yeah.
Kind of putting Mina back in the middle again, where she was before.
Right, yeah.
And so.
That's all leading to a Mina and Mariah May, match. That's where it's leading to. I mean, probably you got to go through. She's going to go through Willow Nightingale, but I assume that's where it's leading towards.
Questions. Who's your favorite? This is a different promotion, but who's your favorite WWF champion
of all time? Hulk Hogan.
And Rumble winner.
Rumble winner. 1992, Ric Flair. I mean, that's the greatest Royal Rumble there ever was. Greatest Royal Rumble there ever was.
All right, we'll get back to it. Let's see.
Ask your questions. We'll answer them after we get through.
Yeah.
I mean,
we'll try to do it at the end of it.
Yeah, we're more welcome. We got nothing to do, so shoot away. We'll ask. We'll answer any questions you got. Then JR's back on commentary for the main event.
Yep.
John Moxley comes out and he comes out in camo. I mean, he's sort of the
camo is hot right now.
He's a bad guy, so he's I hate that music. I hate that music. I mean. Maybe that's because you had that Wild Thing music and I loved it so much, but this music is...
But you can't be a bad guy.
Yeah, I know,
Wild
but
Thing
I don't know. It's just...
I don't know.
That music is...
I don't care for it as much as
And then Darby Allin, I said, I asked Lindsay, I said, how long do you think before John Moxley was bleeding? He didn't even bleed. Now, Darby Allin, he was bleeding when they looked at each other. That's what it looks like. And he kicks him in the mouth, and as soon as that kick goes through... I mean, next shot you get it, and Darby Allin's bleeding through all his mouth and everything. It's just, it's really something.
This was a Darby Allin beatdown.
Oh yeah, he didn't hardly get no offense.
Yeah, I mean, it was basically him playing defense the whole time, getting his butt kicked. He got brutalized here.
And then John Moxley, he did get his arm in the ring pole one time.
I guess he pops the ring top.
He got a little bit of offense. I mean, no surprise here. We all knew, everyone knew what they were doing. I mean, why Darby Allin would even put his time. I mean, you got to take logic out of it. If you're pro wrestling, you got to suspend your, these people don't think like, but, and anyways, John Moxley got the win, and
it was pretty brutal though. A lot of, poor Darby getting beat down off the ring, beat on the steps.
Yeah, I mean, they mentioned that he got ran over by a bus in New York City, and I bet he feels about right now about how he did when he got ran over.
I bet.
Because that tennis court or whatever, they pulled the padding up, and he basically dove onto the tennis court. Poor guy, he's gonna be in a wheelchair.
I don't know.
I hope he's saving his money because he's gonna be. He's
gonna need it.
Yeah, he's gonna very much need it. And I mean, I like hardcore wrestling. I'm not really. I do like hardcore wrestling, but I mean, that Darby Allin, he's just wild. I mean, some of the stuff he does, I mean, it's crazy. But.
He's always looking for something to jump off of.
And then he got his, didn't even win.
Yeah, he did the coffin drop and got caught by John Moxley.
And then that DDT off the top rope that John Moxley did for the win was ugly too. That was very ugly. I mean, and I was actually the finish kind of felt flat. I figured it would be more of a, but anyways.
I guess it's because you're just used to so much pizzazz on Darby's matches. Because, what was it? When we went to Vegas, they hung him upside down.
I mean, they're always.
He's always doing something crazy. So it's unusual to see it end in a finish that's kind of more normal.
But overall, it's a good show. Next week's show is going to be a good week, too. I mean, hopefully these AEW shows will start heating back up because AEW. I mean, we need AEW. They have a good. They put on a good wrestling product. It just kind of feels a little cold. Maybe it's just because WWE is so hot right now. But you know.
Oh, you forgot about Bryan Danielson. Did come out.
Yeah, well, I wasn't done. But
okay,
anyways,
sorry.
go ahead.
I thought you were.
Yeah, after the match, after Jon Moxley gets the win, Bryan Danielson comes out in a hoodie with a necktie, and he's choking him out. We got, you know, these guys. They're in it for blood here. He comes out with a necktie, and then Marie Shavir jumps in, and she's got Bryan Danielson, and then Claudio and Pat come out, and they're
it just ends up in everybody.
Yeah, and then Private Party comes out, and he says, "You want?" And basically, you know, Bryan Danielson says, "You want a war? This is going to be a war," you know, and that's going to be a hell of a match. I mean, that's going to be a hell of. I can't wait for that.
So Moxley versus.
Wrestle Dream, October 12th. Main event, Moxley versus Bryan Danielson for the World Heavyweight Champion. And I believe Jon Moxley will be a 3-time World Heavyweight Champion. I mean, but that's going to wrap up.
You think he's going to take it off of him that quick?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, in his own state, I think he's going to lose the title in his own, you know.
Usually you do.
He's in Washington State. I mean, that's where the Tacoma Dome. Yeah. I think that's where they're going to, I think Jon Moxley's going to win.
I don't know. I don't know if I think they'll take it off him that quick. They might.
We'll see. I mean,
definitely Jon Moxley is a good candidate for AEW Championship.
Yep.
So I mean, he could definitely use another run. But
we're gonna start trying to do this. Friday is usually a busy week, busy day for us. So we're gonna try to go live Monday after Raw and Wednesday after Dynamite, and we may next week's gonna be the season premiere of NXT on UPN. Is it UPN? Is that word? No, it's CW.
Yeah, I think so.
CW. And if I can find where I can watch that at, I'll watch that. Maybe we may go live. They're building that show up to be a pretty good show, you know. So we may go live after that next week. If you're interested, you can come back and check us out. Any other questions for us, Lindsay?
I think that's all of them for now.
Okay.
So, but it was a good show. And
we appreciate you guys watching. We do all things pro wrestling on the channel.
Yeah, check out some of our other videos.
We got she's got a bunch of videos in the can. We got a upload here coming through. But thanks for watching, guys. Like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell.